Hello everybody and welcome to the Geekery Super Sunday series. We are back with Modern. We got Dan on the left playing Blue-Red Delver, and we got Matt on the right playing Green-Red Ponza.
Yeah, Ponza is one of those decks that can really just sling you if you don't see it coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I also like Dan's list. Blue-Red Delver on the left. That he got 4 Force of Negations in the main, which I think that the printing of that card in Modern Horizons dramatically improved the viability of that archetype.
Sure. And Matt, again, having the poor fortune to face against someone who intentionally registered Mountain in their list, which makes this Ponza build a little less attractive.
Right, yeah. All right, we're starting off with a turn 1 Fetch Shock. I mean, it wouldn't really be Modern without starting at 17 life.
No, go to 13, whatever.
Yeah, and Ponza just has some very chill but very powerful turn 1 plays. Immediately being able to get to 3 mana on turn 2 very reliably is a central part of this deck, and it looks like Dan's got a hand with a couple of lightning bolts.
Yeah, bolting this Arbor Elf is pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, like, just turn 1 Arbor Elf for Ponza can easily mean 4 mana on turn 2, which can, like, just be a Monvuli Acid Moss, ramping them an additional 1, setting the opponent back a land, and, like, no deck can play with that. Like, so, you just can't take that chance.
Monvuli Acid Moss says destroy target land, and then you search your library for a land and put it into play.
Yeah, Forest.
I never saw it search for a land because I typically would concede with it on the stack. Like, I would be like, I am out.
Right, yeah.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, I guess you play Amulet Titan, right?
Yeah.
That would do it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, another Modern classic, Serum Visions. It's the only cantrip that survived, huh?
Yeah. It's funny how much worse that is than Preordain. Just switching it around.
Yeah. And yet, Ancient Stirrings is still Modern legal, I guess.
Yeah.
I think since our last video, our last video together, you and me, Steven, Faithless Looting has been banned, which we've talked about a couple times.
It's quite a shakeup.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And this tournament does take place after the Faithless Looting ban.
Sure. So it looks like Matt's got
no third land. Handful of 3-drops and not a third land. Wow, yeah, it's looks like multiple Blood Moons, a Tireless Tracker, and a Seasoned Pyromancer. Yep. He was really banking on that Arbor Elf. Which, yeah. I don't know. I guess you just kind of have to lean into that if you're playing Ponza.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So see which one he picked up his third land to turn late. We'll see what he decides to put into play here. His opponent has 2 islands that he just naturally drew.
Yeah, there you go. And it looks like he's sitting on Archmage's Charm and Spell Pierce.
Okay.
So Matt's not going to be resolving a spell for a little while.
Yeah.
But also, this is the kind of situation where maybe Matt plays, I don't know, if he tries to play a Blood Moon or something, Dan's just like, sure, cool, resolves, I have the same mana.
Yeah, I can see Blood Moon just resolving.
Or I guess maybe you want to protect the triple blue because of Archmage's Charm, but...
That's fair.
Yeah.
And I guess you don't have an easy way to find that third island.
Right, yeah. Dan kind of thinking through the same thought pattern, I imagine.
Yeah, it's either Archmage Charm counters this or does nothing. I guess you could draw some cards. I don't know.
Sure.
There's a million good answers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it just... I'm curious what the right play is. Okay, we got a Thought Scour, targeting self. Good, because he's got a Pteramander hand. Man, milling 2 Young Pyromancers, though.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel great.
It's not how you draw it up. Nope, and the Blood Moon
just resolves. Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a reasonable argument to be made there.
Sure.
Got a Mountain from Dan with some very nice matching full art basics, and Matt with, I don't know, my second or third favorite full art basics. Yeah. I don't know. The unhinged are pretty. I like the borderless, and I like the really old unglued ones.
Yeah, so having a Magic the Gathering black or white border used to be the threshold for whether or not a altered card was legal.
Yep.
And it was a big, you got to talk to the judges, and then they just like, nah.
Yeah, it turns out it didn't matter at all. It's funny because for a while there was some confusion about if you acetoned the edges of a foil card, the card had a silver border.
Sure.
So was it legal in Standard?
I couldn't guess.
There is absolutely no reason why it shouldn't be, logically, but that was a real question that came up at one point.
Sure.
In the discussions, and Matt just not finding a 4th land, and not being able to cross that 1 spell or 2 spells a turn threshold.
Yep.
It looks like we got Bolt targeting Matt, in response, Bolt targeting Pteramander.
Sure.
And I think
There's the Vapor Snag.
Oh, wow. Vapor Snag targeting my own dude.
Yeah.
Protect it. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That Pteramander sitting in Dan's hand for a little bit. He's only got one in the deck. And I think the problem with Delver decks is that there aren't enough good, cheap counter spells in Modern for you to reliably be able to slam turn 1 threat, hold up a Force of, in Modern it's negation. It's only negation. And then, just kind of be able to hold up threats all the time. And we're kind of seeing that play out with Dan, where he didn't have an early threat. His threat now just got answered, and he's got good cards. But now that not countering the Blood Moon is kind of, I don't know. He's got 3 red sources and 2 blue.
Yeah.
So he's really not actually holding up that many spells.
Oh, here comes a Bloodbraid Elf.
All right, Eternal 2-for-1 Bloodbraid Elf.
Well, I mean, Dan, just a master for not casting his Pteramander into this lightning bolt,
Yeah,
which I have no idea.
You just gotta get him.
Yeah,
I suppose.
So Dan didn't cast his threat again,
Right?
And so, do you know what he was keeping mana up for? Is it just?
I know he's got a.
It's not Archmage.
He's got a Spell Pierce in hand. Looks like a Snapcaster Mage too.
Sure. Yeah.
So maybe.
It's got some tricks.
Yeah, Snap Bolt also hold up Spell Pierce. Seems pretty alright.
It does seem pretty good. Yeah. Blue here.
We've got. It looks like Snapcaster. Yeah, Snapcaster Mage, Flashback Bolt, kill your boy.
Sure.
Here we go. The mismatched bolts are a little driving me up the wall.
A little. I mean, if they're playing bolts, they're playing 4 probably.
Sure.
I think that's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
Now going to go down to 10. I don't know if our player's going to update the life board. Also, I don't know what damaged Matt, but he is at 10. Like, very suddenly, he's always down there at 10.
Well, I mean, he started at 17, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yep. And then here comes that Pteramander again.
All right, Dan's still holding up Spell Pierce and 3 red mana that is just actually nothing. Dan,
yeah, 3 blue cards, 3 red mana. That's perfect.
That, I don't know, maybe doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
But we've got one of my favorite threats in Modern, Tireless Tracker.
I think Tireless Tracker is crazy good.
Yeah, God, the card's just so good. Mm-hmm. It's, a little bit less good. You kind of are running some counter synergy with shutting off your own fetch lands with Tireless Tracker, but it's still so good that who cares? Oh boy. Okay. Yep. There we go.
So we got was it Adapt, Evolve? What's it called?
Adapt.
Adapt the Pteramander, Bolt in response. Then that Spell Pierce coming up big for Dan over there.
Yeah, I would.
And a 7-point attack.
Ouch.
Oof.
Yeah, and Matt not blocking the Snapcaster Mage with the Tireless Tracker there, maybe hoping to get some value, but just not seeing another land.
Yeah.
Got a Utopia Sprawl.
Yeah, well, he's got double red for a Pyromancer now.
Yeah, that's good at least.
So now we're maybe if you said red, I'm assuming you did.
Yeah.
It's weird to name red on your Utopia Sprawl under a Blood Moon.
Sure.
But these are the times we live in. So.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and looks like he's only going to have green mana up, whatever he draws with Pyromancer.
Yep. Unfortunate. It's Plummet, or what's the 1 mana Destroy a Flyer? I don't think he has it.
Plummet's 2 mana.
Rats. All right.
Yeah. I think there's Leaf Arrow or something. 1 mana, deal 3 damage to a flyer. Yeah. Still wouldn't have killed the Pteramander.
Sure.
But they're going to go to game 2. And all of a sudden, we are in game 2, and 20 videos after starting this particular style of video for the Geekery, we have figured out our video editing software, and we're going a little bit faster, as you might have noticed.
Going to enjoy 1.5 speed magic, which he's still shuffling for way too long.
Right? Yeah. No, that was a pretty good point. In the break where we figured out how to do this, kind of behind the scenes, we were talking about fetch lands and just how much longer fetch lands make magic take. And it sounds like a big play downstairs. I don't know if you guys
someone
can hear
opened
it.
something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
This is Throne of Eldraine collector's pack
weekend.
season.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's some things getting opened.
Yeah, and if the people at home couldn't hear that, then we might just sound a little crazy.
We might.
That's fine.
A lot of people.
But yeah, we got Matt with the turn 1 Utopia Sprawl and turn 2 Arbor Elf Relica Progenitus.
No second land.
Yeah.
And that's not really I think he drew the cards in the order you don't want to draw them.
Yep.
Which is the order he did.
Yeah, absolutely. He drew the Arbor Elf after the Utopia Sprawl.
So it looks like Dan is considering a Vapor Snag here, which, is a huge kick in the nuts. Nope.
Yeah. Oh. And, Blue-Red Delver they have a lot of removal options. Look, he's also got a Dismember in hand.
They really do, and that's going to be the Dismember on it.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, it's modern, so Dan's at 13 on turn 1. Yeah, that's about right. And Matt just finding that second land. Yeah, that's Relic of Progenitus. Really good against Pteramanders.
And here comes the Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah,
wait,
wow.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, just Matt into running lands, finding Tireless Tracker, and Dan without a second land.
Yeah.
But Matt's got 4 mana.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. All right, here comes a Lightning Bolt.
Okay, on the Tireless Tracker, good. Just make sure that Matt doesn't get an insane amount of value.
Second land here.
Spirebluff Canal. Really cool art on Spirebluff Canal. I've just always liked it. It's, I don't know, it's steampunk Venice with some with a dash of Thailand, I suppose.
Sure.
It's all Kaladesh. Yeah, that Relic of Progenitus is just going to steadily eat away at Dan's grave. Wow. Okay, into another Bloodbraid Elf. Lightning Bolt.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and crash in for 6. Holy heck, this this game is not going Dan's way.
Slipping away, you might say.
Yeah.
Ponza not as good as green-red aggro, it turns out.
Right, yeah. Turns out you just play dudes beat face.
Yeah.
Play dudes play bolts.
Seems reasonable.
And that's like, I don't know, I think that's the strength of Ponza. You have a really...
this game ended while you were thinking about that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, let's go to game 3. And with a different transition, we are in game 3. Looks like both players keeping 7. Dan, turn 1, Steam Vents. Shot myself and pass turn.
Nothing going on here.
Yeah, no. Pay no attention to the mana behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And turn 1, Relic of Progenitus.
So he's got a spell. That Relic of Progenitus does have text here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really
and Dan is kind of curious. Hey, here we go, and the spell pierce. That makes sense.
I shocked myself. I might as well cast it.
You're right. Yeah. Well, yeah. I think a lot of players kind of fall prey to that sunk cost sometimes. I think it was the right play there. Yeah. Oh wow, and just into another Relic of Progenitus, into a Birds. Wow, and it looks like I think Matt might have already had that Birds in hand, so he was maybe just playing around the turn 1 Bolt because Dan with the turn 1 Shockland.
Yeah.
That's a
pretty heads up
next level. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's very good because I mean the possibility of increasing. I get to play turn 3 Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah.
And like you spent his counter on the first Relic of Progenitus while having a second one.
Sure.
That just
Yeah, so I think if the players just play the cards in their decks and use the words on the cards,
sure.
I want to be Dan
every
time.
Yeah, so I think so.
You got to get a little sneaky if you're Matt in this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I don't know, Ponza just has a lot of great game plans. I think I was saying that when the game suddenly ended in game 2.
Yeah.
And so it plays to the meta by playing Blood Moon.
Sure.
And then it also just has a really good beatdown plan.
It does.
I play big dudes and hit your face with them.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a Stormbreath in here.
Yeah.
Hell of a card. Glorybringer, Stormbreath, Inferno Titan.
Wow. That is, that's quite the spread of threats.
From all your favorite standards.
Yeah, okay.
Just the best. Oh, Dan is stealing a Birds of Paradise with an Archmage's Charm, which is much better than it sounds.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I think that's actually very relevant right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at
it shuts off Matt's red mana,
Yeah.
Wow.
Dan up a mana now. Let's see what he's got to do. He's got to dismember now that he can pay some mana for.
Oh my God.
This is all coming together.
It's all coming together. All right. And Serum Vision's triggering Young Pyromancer. Ooh, fancy foil token.
Matt has very nice tokens and he's sharing them.
Oh yeah, he's got the Seasoned Pyromancer.
Oh, he does, yeah.
I love foil tokens.
I do too.
They haven't been doing them regularly for a long time. Eldritch Moon, I think, was when they first really started doing foil tokens with those cool double-sided zombies. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I play a lot of Commander. I'm kind of an idiot for shiny things.
Sure.
And they just look so good.
Yeah.
They look so good. It's a cool, fun thing that, I don't know, it's those little things that I really like about Magic the Gathering. And, Dan grouping his... and there you go. Dismember only paying 2 life.
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest things I ever got to do in Infect before I really properly finished building the deck.
Sure.
When I was playing Birds instead of Nobles. I got to cast a Dismember paying no life.
Yeah. Dan getting in for 3 here.
Yeah. And Matt, looks like we got a red source.
Yeah.
Into a Cindervines.
Into a Cindervines.
Okay.
Yep. That's good. I think it's just a little too late.
Yeah. I'd rather be Dan right now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And Matt also playing some Weather the Storms. So
he's also remanding that.
Oh.
Right back. That was a very quiet remand from Dan. I don't know when that came from, but yeah.
Yeah, huh. Yeah, no, Magic's got a lot of protection against play a bunch of spells. I imagine the bird matchup's not great.
Yep.
And you don't want to play... I guess you don't care about Damping Sphere. Anyway, that's not what's happening right now. What's happening right now is getting beaten down by a different blue-red deck.
Yeah, for 5. So Matt took 3 from an attack and shocked himself down to 15.
Yeah.
And this attack is actually putting him down to 10. Our players are just slow. Here comes that Cindervines again for great effect. And it's going to be a Snapcaster Remand
all right,
Concede.
that'll do it.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it for round 1.